Good day folks, Sean here from Air Photography. So in this video, we're going to take a look at some accessories for your Insta360 X5. Just some interesting accessories to help expand the capabilities of your camera. So we're going to start out with extension poles because for the most part, it's one of the most important accessories you're going to be using with your camera. It's what allows the camera to look like it's floating out in front of you. It will remain invisible in the shot. And really for the most part, it does not have to be an Insta360 brand. Any extension pole that you use, as long as it's within the stitch line of the camera, is going to remain invisible. However, Insta360 does have a nice collection of extension poles with different functionality. So we're going to start off with this one. It's probably my favorite, the one I use the most. This is their Action Selfie Stick. And I like it because it's extremely lightweight and it's extremely durable. So if you're going to be doing activities where there's going to be a lot of stress put on the extension pole, this one here is a good choice. It has a nice amount of length to it. This is great for handheld use, but it's also great for mounting on motorcycles, dirt bikes, e-bikes. I use it myself in that fashion all the time. It can give you some really interesting shots when the camera's out in front of you. So definitely one to consider. Now the next one here is their extended selfie stick. It's kind of big and bulky, so it's not probably going to be one that you're going to use as your everyday handle. This one here has an extremely long reach, and it can give you some really unique shots. It's so long that it can almost mimic a drone flying up above you. Now you don't have to extend it all the way. You can just do one section at a time depending on how long you need it. So if you want to get some really interesting creative shots, it's a great choice. The next one here is their throw pod. And this is something that was newly released pretty well alongside the X5. Essentially, this is a tripod and extension pole built into one. So of course you can extend it. This one extends to 1.1 meters, but it has a trigger at the bottom here. So if you do want to set your camera down after doing some handheld filming, all you have to do is touch this to the ground and it will automatically deploy the tripod. So this might be a good choice for you if you want an extension pole that also doubles as a tripod, if you're going to be going back and forth between handheld filming and stationary filming. Now the next extension pole here is their power extension pole. This is a really unique product. Not only is it an extension pole, your camera just connects to the top, but it also has a built-in battery right in the handle that's going to feed extra power into your camera. Not only that, we have some controls built right into the handle here, so you can easily start recording, stop recording. You can power your camera on and off. So for some people, this is going to be a great choice. Now this next handle here might be of interest to some people. Again, this is an extension pole, but it's kind of on the smaller side, which makes it great for travel, and it makes the whole system pocketable. As you can see, it does extend. It doesn't have the longest reach, not like some of these other extension poles, but it actually has quite a few nice features. When your camera's attached, you can see there's a button here on the side, and that allows you to fold the camera up when you're not using it. Makes it easier to put into a bag or even your pocket. Has a built-in tripod on the bottom that pulls out, so you can set the camera down if you want to do some stationary shots. It has a built-in lens cover, so when you have it folded up and you put it in a bag or your pocket, it will help keep the lens protected. It is removable if you don't want it on there. Now this handle can actually be purchased in two different variations. You can purchase it with a remote or without a remote. This one here, I don't have the remote with it, but it has this little spacer in there. Or you can get it with the mini remote, which would fit in there. That mini remote can be used to power the camera while it's attached, or you can use it while it's detached. If you already own the mini remote, it's the exact same remote that comes with it, so you can just take the spacer out and put the mini remote that you already have in there. So for some people, this might be the perfect extension pole because it's small and minimal. It still has a decent amount of reach, and it's not a cumbersome thing to take along with you. Now, of course, if you're new to the X5, one thing you may want to consider as an accessory is additional batteries. Battery performance is pretty good on the X5. They did make some improvements this year, but if you're going to be doing a lot of filming throughout the day, it never hurts to have a spare battery with you. Now, this next accessory here is probably one of my favorites. Essentially, this is a holster for a backpack. This goes on the strap of a backpack. It allows you to easily attach and detach your camera when you need it. Because if you're doing some hiking or you're doing some sightseeing, you're not always going to be filming. This is just a nice, easy way to put the camera away. It's securely held in there. It's held in with magnetics and with a locking mechanism. To release it, you just twist it and it comes right out. Essentially, all you do is attach the mount part to any extension pole. Then you attach it to your camera. And then as you can see, it just locks right in. To release it, you just twist and it comes out. It also works great if you want to capture some point of view shots from the camera. You can leave this attached to your backpack and get some interesting shots. Now the next accessory here is their new chest mount for the X5. This was specifically designed for the X5. Now, unlike traditional chest mounts that you have attached to your X5 if you're getting some chest mounted shots, they can leave the camera feeling a little top heavy, bouncing around, but this chest mount will hold it securely in place. Now you can use this in multiple ways. First of all, you can just attach the camera to the bottom. It's held in there by a 1/4-20. And you can use it just like that with the camera sitting out front. That's going to allow you to film in 360 and get a nice, extremely wide shot. But if you're filming something with a lot of action, a lot of movement, and you don't want it so top heavy and moving around, as you can see, it folds in. And then it's held securely in place. So it allows you to get some nice smooth shots while filming in both 360 if you still want an extremely wide lens. Of course, you're not going to get footage from the back lens, but you're still going to get extremely wide footage from the front-facing lens. It also works great if you're going to be filming in the 4K single lens mode. So a nice little accessory if you want to capture some point of view chest mounted shots. Now the next item here is something you may want to consider. This is a horizontal mount, and sometimes it can be better for distributing the weight depending on how you have it mounted. Now I do believe they do have an updated version that's a little bit different. This is their older model. With it, you can see we have a 1/4-20 there. That's how we're going to mount the camera. It now gives us a 1/4-20 there at the bottom, but it also here gives us some finger mounts. Now there's different reasons why you would want a horizontal mount like this. Primarily if you find that mounting it vertically is causing too much weight. If you have it on a traditional chest mount, sometimes when I'm putting it on a handlebar of a bike, I'll mount it horizontally like that with this mount. So just an accessory that you may want to consider. Now another thing you may want to consider for your Insta360 X5 is magnetic mounts. That's one of the new features that they added this year, is that they've made it compatible with their magnetic mount. And they have two different styles you can choose from. These are the ones that come with the Ace Pro 2 and the Ace Pro. This is an additional type of magnetic mount that they sell, and both are compatible. Now, magnetic mounts aren't for everybody. They're really only beneficial if you're going to be moving your camera from mount to mount several times throughout a session. So it's just something to keep in mind if you are going to be moving your camera quite a bit. Now, the next item here is an aluminum frame for your camera. And again, this is something that's not going to be for everybody. The camera just slides right into it. It's going to add a little bit of extra weight to your camera, but it can be beneficial for some people. It gives us an extra connection point at the side there. It has cold shoes built into it, so if you need to attach accessories. It has a 1/4-20 at the bottom for mounting, but it also is compatible with the magnetic mounts. You have full access to all your ports, and you can change your battery while installed in the frame. It's got some extra foam built right into the sides here. That's going to help cut back on wind noise, so great if you have this mounted on a bike. This year we have replaceable lenses, so those aren't so much of a concern anymore. Having an aluminum frame on it will give it a little bit of drop protection, depending on how it hits the ground if it happens to let go. So it's not going to fully protect your camera, but anytime if you're going to be filming something where, an impact could take place, any extra protection you can have on the camera is going to be beneficial. Between this aluminum frame, the replaceable lenses or even lens covers, screen protector over the screen, that's really going to help protect your camera in some situations. When you purchase it, it also comes with a lens guard, so this can be installed to keep your lens protected when you're not using it. Now this here, again, is one of those accessories that's not going to be for everybody, but for myself, it's probably one of my most used ones. This is an extremely heavy-duty clamp that's great for connecting to any type of pole. I use it on my dirt bike, handlebars on my e-bike. This one is really heavy duty. It even comes with a wrench so you can really tighten it down, which can be really important, especially if you're going to be riding on bumpy roads and you have an extension pole attached. I highly recommend this one. I've used so many different types of ones over the years and they always get kind of worn out or they just let go. But this one here I've just been really happy with. You can also adjust the angle when it's attached to a bike or a handlebar. It's just got a standard 1/4-20 at the top here so you can connect your camera directly to it or any extension pole that you want to use. Myself, I always use it with that action pole that I showed at the beginning. It works great with it. Now, if you want to increase the audio capabilities of your X5, Insta360 now sells their own microphone. You can purchase just the transmitter only. This will connect to the X5 via Bluetooth and it's a great way to add extended range while recording. This can work if you're going to be doing motovlogging. You can mount this up inside a helmet. It's affordably priced and the audio is not too bad. And if you want, you can even expand the capability and the compatibility of the microphone by purchasing it with a receiver. This can even be connected to the X5, but it is not necessary. You can connect the transmitter directly to the camera all by itself. Mainly, you'd want to purchase this if you want to connect this microphone to smartphones or tablets or laptops. It's got a USB-C port on it, so it can be plugged into those devices directly. Alternatively, you may want to go with something like the DJI Mic Mini. This is a good option as well. In fact, it's my preference when it comes to audio. I actually just uploaded a comparison of these two microphones, going over some of the features and an audio comparison. So if you are thinking about getting a microphone, you may want to check that out. But either one of these would be good choices if you want to expand the audio capabilities of your X5. Now the next item here is their FOMO power handle. I actually did a full review on this about a week ago on my channel. This has a 6100 milliamp hour battery in it, so it's going to extend your recording time. The camera simply attaches to it. In this configuration, it acts as a handle if you're going to be doing some handheld filming. There's no extension built into it, so if you do need extension, you will have to use another type of accessory. It comes with a cable. You will have to remove the door, but that allows you to attach it to the handle, so it will keep your camera charged up. You can also fold this up when you're not using it. There's a button there that you press, and it folds up into a nice compact package. On top of that, as mentioned, it has a built-in mini remote. You can use the remote while it's attached to the handle, but again, it's also removable and you can mount it on other devices. Now, the next item here is something that some people will find very interesting and others not so much. This is a attachment. Let's kind of get it all out here. This here is a frame that you can attach to the back of a backpack, and that'll kind of give you a third-person view if you're doing hiking or wandering around. It comes with its own little extension that screws into the top. Your camera would then attach to the bar there, and as you're hiking or walking around, it's going to give you a very unique perspective. You can adjust the angle of it depending on how you want it to look. You can even twist this knob here and have it more off to the side. For some people, this might be an interesting product. For other people, it's probably not something they will make use of. Now lastly, just before I go here, one thing you may want to consider having on hand is the replacement lens kit for the X5. It's one of the new features of the X5 is that if you happen to damage or scratch one of these lenses, instead of having now to send it back in to be repaired, you can actually do it yourself, and it's extremely easy to do. It's just one of those things you may want to keep on hand, especially if you are going to be filming where there's scenarios where you might damage your camera. So yeah, folks, those are the accessories that I have that I use on a regular basis. Now, of course, some of these accessories I use more than others, but sometimes some of these ones that I don't use very often, they're nice to have once in a while if I want to capture a unique perspective. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and found it had value. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.